Shalom. Shalom, Yesharala. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. All right, and it's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch. And this quick lesson, just going to get into, just continuing to focus on the joy. More so, what are you going to receive from serving Yahweh Bashem Shah? Enduring to the end. And this lesson was inspired by Elder Kazak. He did a lesson on a sister that pretty much had a dream, vision. Pretty much how the brothers, even the apostles, man, they were being rewarded ultimately for their labor, right? So these are things that we got to continue to really constantly remind ourselves on a day-to-day basis, man, because you could get lost in the sauce very goddamn easily in this world, man. The cares of this world, whether it might be your hobby, your job, where you at in life right now, it's so easy to get caught up in that. It's not even funny how easy it is. That's why you got to remind yourself, like, why are you, going so hard for your, pretty much for your how about shot, man? Ultimately to get salvation and be changed, ultimately. Because that's what we want, ultimately. We want to be changed from these vile bodies. Hell, we want the kingdom of heaven to come. So we won't be working anymore. Time won't affect us anymore. Our women, hell, even the men, everybody will be every Israelite will be in the right state of mind. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. We still do the things we got to do here. You got to work. You go to work, pay your bills and shit. You got hobbies. But we keep the main thing the main thing. You keep your how about Shem Shah first above all. To the best of your ability, of course. But I'm going to go ahead and get this Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before us, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. Right? So we're seeing that, man. It's like, just keeping in mind that, man, if Yahweh Shai, if all he did was focus on what he was going to receive from going through it, and he's supposed to be the example of what we're supposed to be, and we're following him, shouldn't we do the same thing? Right? Because it's fuel ultimately to keep you going, man. Right? Think about that crowning ceremony, man. What's it going to be like? What is it going to be like when Yahweh Shai looking at you and he giving you a crown that's catered to you, to your liking, and it just fits you perfectly, personality and everything, to a T, right? And that's just what I'm comprehending in his body. So the Lord got to top what I said, right? And then this special moment you get to have with Yahweh Shai, like whatever words he has to say to you, man, that's something I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm really looking forward to, man. That, whatever Yahweh Shai says me, because it's gonna be something that's gonna be great. Jay gonna be crying his ass off. Man, all the elect gonna be crying their asses off in that chariot. We made it, nigga. We made it. Well, not the nigga part, but you get the gist. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this account right here in Second Esdras, on a dream that he had, and he basically asking the archangel Uriel pretty much to explain to him what these dreams mean. And this is going into the part I'm finna get into is basically the elect ultimately, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get the Second Esdras chapter 2 and start at verse 42. It says, I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion, a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord Yahweh Shai with songs, man. Right? The elect. It says, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. That crowning ceremony, it's talking about Yahushua. He's that young man of high stature, right? 25, right? That's the pretty much the peak of a man at 25, right? So Yahushua, he didn't look a day over 25, right? I'm gonna read. It says, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Yeah, because Yahushua, he gonna be exalted above everybody else. He's the first fruits of the first fruits. You know, and he's gonna be the one that's taller than everybody, as well as putting crowns on everybody's head, man. Imagine what's that like, being crowned by the only begotten. You're favored by his father as well as the son. Hell, you're gonna be looked at as a friend. Scripture says, man, I consider you not servants, but friends. For the servant knoweth not what his master doeth. So damn, man, like to have a shot to be considered a friend of Yahushua, man, hey, man, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. It's all through the power of Yahushua anyways, for you to feel that way. But back to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras chapter 2, and I'm at verse 44. It says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing, right? The elect putting themselves last and putting the ministry first, right? Doesn't mean that we're a monk 24/7. We just read all day and just make lessons, you know, all day. Now, there's brothers that have been gifted with portions to make more lessons, yeah. But like, we just can't be in the spirit 24/7 due to the mortal bodies, but we put it off to the best of our ability, serving Yahweh Shai. Marie, it says, and put on the immortal, right? Really, you know, putting on the new bodies, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms, right? You're crowned and you receive, you know, ultimately power, victory. You know, because palms, it goes to victory, but it also can, if I'm not mistaken, it also can go into power, right? And in this sense, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's going into power. If I'm not mistaken, you know. But verse 46, it says, then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hand? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world, Yahushua. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shai. Right? So it's like, dang, man, like, it's gonna be a great honor to know that you stood stiffly for the names of Yahweh Shai. You're gonna be crowned. You're gonna be close. You're gonna be considered close to Yahushua, man. The elect, they're the closest to Yahushua, starting with the 144,000, of course. They're the closest to Yahushua. Man, it's gonna be nothing but great honor. Great honor, right? To know that, like, man, I stood 10 toes down for the Lord, you know, and the Lord look at you as a, you know, like a proud father, man, or, you know, a proud big brother. You know, just like, man, you did good. You did good, man. Can't wait to hear that one day. You know, Lord willing, of course. You know, that's just me personally. That's one of the things that keep me going. Let alone that, hell, we're gonna be changed, right? We're gonna get new bodies. We're not gonna be able to just sin against our power without even trying anymore. Scriptures goes into you, man. You know, a new heart I will give thee. Right, which is part of what? That new covenant. And for you new covenant people, man, you in the new covenant, you still sin, nigga? Like, come on, man. It's really just child's play, man. All right? But yeah, man, we're going to receive new bodies. Right? We're going to have the kingdom. We're going to be in our right mind. We're going to understand the elements to a T. Hell, we're going to have power. Everything is going to be in order. And we're going to have heathens as our slaves. Started really with you Edomites, man. Oh my gosh, man. The way you have ran society, being the antagonist of the movie. You're just playing your part, but doesn't mean that the Lord ain't finna get your ass, man. So hurry up with this shit, man. Hurry up and come down with that great wrath. Hurry up and push the MOTB and make it mandatory already. So we can go ahead and get out of here. Get your last hoorah out of there, nigga. But yeah, man, for us, we ain't got nothing but good to look forward to, man. But it all comes with the downfall of this place. Right? One kingdom falls and another be set up. 2 Nephi 6 and 9. For Esau's the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning. So with that being said, Esau being the end, hey bro, we in the end. Esau, the so-called white man, when he's really the red man. Because he is ruling the society. That's me. This is the last kingdom. We're going to be in captivity. Read Lamentations 4 and 22, man. Right? For the iniquity of Zion is accomplished, man. Right? We about at the end of our fucking punishment. All we got to do is just endure and continue to remain patient on Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Remain patient on Yahweh Shai coming back. But yeah, man, anyway, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I want to end it off by saying, Ka Halal Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rekakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yisrael.